I'm the champion, I'm the best, I'm the greatest.
The greatest at what?
Avoiding lava on the ground.
Good for you, Will. Sounds like you have the greatest imagination.
No, Krista, I'm talking about The Floor is Lava. It's a game I was playing with my friends where you imagine the floor is molten hot lava. You put pieces of paper on the ground and stand on the paper. You can move the papers, but you can't touch the floor. Each of us started with 3 pieces of paper, and we have to try to make it to the other side of the room the fastest. If you touch the floor, then the lava burns you up.
So, you're the greatest at not touching the floor during this game?
Yep. I've won 7 times in a row without getting liquidated.
I think you mean liquefied. 7 times? How did you beat so many of our friends?
By not telling if I accidentally touched the floor. I just pretended I didn't. No one even knew. No one's looking at me when they're too busy looking at their own paper and feet.
Will, doesn't that mean you cheated to win?
Well, if I had, then yes. But I actually told the truth and only won 3. I told you I cheated in the game and stole all 7 wins because that's what we're talking about today.
We're talking about the floor is lava?
No, of course not. But we are talking about the next 3 commandments, and one of them is about stealing and one is about lying. I thought an example for our listeners about cheating and lying would help us think about ways we sometimes break these commandments without realizing it.
Oh, I get it. That's a good one, Will. Now let's look at the 8th commandment. It's in Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. It says, "You shall not steal." Can you tell us what stealing is? It's taking things that don't belong to you. Stealing can be taking candy from a store without paying for it. Got any more examples, Will?
Well, even though in the example I gave I didn't take anything, I cheated. And cheating is another way you can steal because you're stealing the game.
That's a good point. What about borrowing something and not returning it?
Yeah, that's another great example. We usually think of stealing as stealing money from someone else's wallet or maybe robbing a bank. Now, God doesn't want us to do that. If you steal from a business or person, that hurts them and disrespects God. Stealing tells God that you don't trust Him to take care of your needs or that you're not thankful for what you have.
That's right. And those same concepts apply to other forms of stealing too.
Right. If you steal in other ways, like cheating on a game or turning in a paper for school that you didn't write, you're stealing the work that someone else did and taking credit for something you didn't do.
Or if someone gives you permission to borrow something and you don't give it back, it's taking advantage of that person's kindness and saying that what you want matters more than being respectful of their things.
An easy way to remember the meaning of the 8th commandment is don't take what's not yours. Can you say that with us?
Don't take what's not yours. Instead of stealing, God wants you to be thankful and generous with the things you have. Remember the wonderful things God has given you. If you're in need of something, ask God to provide it and trust that He will take care of you.
Let's move on to the 9th commandment in verse 16. It says, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Wait, I know this verse isn't talking about actual bears, but what does bear false witness mean?
Yeah, we don't normally talk like that, but it means something you know. A witness tells about something true they know. False witness is telling a lie or covering up the truth. We can remember the 9th commandment as don't cover up the truth. Say that with us.
Don't cover up the truth.
This might be something like trying to trick someone into believing a lie to get yourself or your friends out of trouble. Or it can be exaggerating facts, like saying someone is better or worse than they actually are. Or you can lie by hiding something to make yourself look better than someone else. Instead of covering up the truth, God wants you to tell the truth. Truth is who God is, and He wants you to care about the truth too.
Now, let's talk about the 10th commandment. We've made it to the end.
Yes!
The 10th commandment is in verse 17. It says, "You shall not covet." Coveting is wanting something someone else has instead of being thankful for what you already have. You can remember the 10th commandment by saying, "Be thankful for what you have." Say that with us.
Be thankful for what you have.
You can covet something like someone else's video games, school grades, family, or physical looks. Now, coveting is more than just seeing something and thinking it's cool. Like, if I see Krista come into work with a s'mores milkshake, that's my favorite. And I think to myself, ooh, a milkshake sounds delicious. I think I'll get my own later. That's not coveting. But let's pretend I saw Krista bought a new video game system I really want, but I can't get one of my own. Instead of being thankful for the things I do have, I get envious of Krista. I even wish it was mine instead of hers. I should be happy for her that she has something nice, but I feel angry inside instead.
When you covet, it changes how you think and feel. The best way not to covet is to learn to be thankful. Let's think of some things we can be thankful for that we have every day.
Oh, I know. Air to breathe and food to eat.
And a toothbrush and toothpaste. Friends listening, shout out something you're thankful for. Those are great things to be thankful for when you're tempted to covet.
Say, be thankful for what you have one more time with us.
Be thankful for what you have.
Hey, guess what, guys? You've learned all 10 commandments.
Yes,
way to go!
Woo-hoo! Will and I have had so much fun exploring them with you.
We've got something different but still totally awesome for you next time. See you then.
Bye, friends.